Welcome back to the Marshall Thundering Herd Dynasty. Here we are in conference play now to start season number 2 after a 1-3 start in non-conference play. This is not the same team we saw a year ago. We had a lot of departures, a lot of veterans on the offensive side of the ball, particularly who went on. And now we face a very, I would say, interesting Sun Belt schedule, starting out with Georgia State, who is led by senior quarterback Christian Valu, who leads the conference in passing. This is a 4-0 team. They went 4-0 in non-conference play. So if we thought we were going to get any easier of a schedule after non-conference play, we got to think again. They have a lot of playmakers like Freddie Brock. They also have a decent receiving core, but this receiving core to me is overachieving. Darius Bush, I remember him from a year ago. He was good, but none of these guys are highly rated at all, except really Freddie Brock. And defensively, I think this is where they are shining. They are getting after the quarterback. Look at all these sacks they have so far this year, over 10, and they are looking to go into conference play with a head full of steam. And I think that, you know, looking at their defense, it's a big part of why they are successful in 4-0, led by freshman Austin McGee, who is actually really, really fast. 95s all the way around. If you missed last episode, you missed a good one. It was the recruiting special, but if not, I'll fill you in. Our top recruit on the board is Tracy Augustine, and he committed last episode after simming past our bye week. He is a guy that I kind of compared to Demarius Thomas, a big body receiver, has really good speed, and I don't think he's at his peak as far as his speed goes. I think he's just got a lot of development to go. He's also a gem, so he's going to be a higher development trait, and he will be added to this receiving core, who I'm still looking for a future star. And obviously Chuck Montgomery is the senior, but I really want to get DeJuan Whitehead going. He was the big recruit back in season 1. So we definitely want to add to that depth and hopefully add some more playmakers to the offense. So here we go, starting out this episode versus Georgia State, 4-0 on the road. And we are 1-3, looking for a bounce-back victory after losing last week to Syracuse. So here we go. Here is Cole Pennington in the shotgun. He's going to start it out by handing it off to Barron McFadden up the middle. And that one will be stuffed for a minimal gain. 2nd and 9 now at our own 16. Pressure getting right through the defense. We do get rid of it, and that one is caught by the freshman Zaire. Actually, that's going to be Stevens. Zaire Jones and Stevens do switch off at tight end, especially in blocking or passing situations, depending on the down, as Randy Young picks up the first down. So here is Cole Pennington throwing across the middle. There's his favorite target so far this season. It's Chuck Montgomery. He scored on 5 of the 6 touchdown passes that Pennington has thrown so far this year. Handoff back to the senior. This is Randy Young breaking a tackle, and he gets hit hard. The ball's on the ground, picked up by the defense, and Georgia State will score. I talked about this defense being the reason why the Georgia State Panthers are 4-0, and they just wreck it on our first drive. It's 7-0 Georgia State. So here is Pennington now starting on the second drive. There's a nice pass across the middle. That's going to go to number 45, an odd number 4 receiver in J.J. Carter, as he gets the big first down catch and run. Screen pass called out to Randy Young, picking up a couple of blocks, and he gets a bunch of yardage as he gets inside the 30-yard line into field goal range. So 2 big plays here for the Thundering Herd. Georgia State sends a cover 0 blitz, and this one's caught. DeJuan Whitehead, he's going to race. He will score. Touchdown. His first of his career, and this is what I was talking about. I wanted to get him the ball in space, and he was wide open. I don't think you can get more wide open than that, and he does the rest. Good blocking downfield that time by, that was, I believe, Rashad Thomas, who was throwing a good block right there. It's 7-7. There's a nice stop up the middle by Sunday Uba. He does the too small celebration. 3rd and 8 this time, trying to get to Valu. Here is a throw up the seam, and it's caught. And that is a first down. Could not knock the ball out of the hands of Darius Bush for a first down. Across the 50 now, handoff back to Brock. He picks up a first down and a little bit more. And he is the highest rated player on the offense for Georgia State, as he is a senior as well. As now they're going to give it right back to Freddie Brock. He finds some space, gets to the outside, and turns the edge and steps out of bounds at the 6. And he could have scored on that. It's 1st and goal. Giving it right back to him, and he runs right past the defense. It's a touchdown. And what a answer by Georgia State. Just giving the ball to their best player. It's a good strategy. 14-7 now. Here is Pennington now, looking to load up and throw this one deep into double coverage as Chuck Montgomery had a step on the cornerback, but he had the safety help as well. 3rd and 5, throwing short, almost intercepted again, looking for Trey Allen, and we will have to punt the ball away. So we'll see if Georgia State continues to run the football. Freddie Brock, he gets the first carry to the outside, and he gets around Amir Foster. Off to the races to the 20, tackled by Corey Myrick, who was on the other side of the field at the 18. Now inside the 20, they eventually get it to a 3rd and 11 here. Valou is sitting in the pocket. Where's the pressure? Throwing to the right side. He's got Darius Bush again. No pressure by the Marshall defensive line, and that created a lot of time for Valou to find Bush, and he scores. And they're up by 14 pretty quickly. 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Here is Pennington rolling, throwing this one deep, and it's caught. It's J.J. Carter again for a big-time catch. And that's a first down. That's something you need from an outside receiver. He's getting some playing time. He's in the slot this time. RPO action. We go right back to him, and he gets around the edge. He scores. 3 catches today for J.J. Carter, his first meaningful playing time, and the sophomore scores, and it's now a 14-21 game. Here's Georgia State trying to run a tight end screen, that time to Amon Green, their leading tight end. He picks up nothing. Now 3rd and 10 under pressure is Valou. He gets rid of it, and he gets the first down over to Quentin Thomas. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to make the tackle in the backfield. Valou keeps the drive alive, this time giving it to Freddie Brock, and we do finally get the stop. But, man, that would have been disastrous if they would have scored on that drive. Randy Young now starting out the next drive, and he picks up a gain of 6, breaking a tackle. And we look for a little bit of balance in our backfield so far this year. That's something that we've struggled with for sure. Here's a quick throw, and that one is DeJuan Whitehead, who can't hold on. And now Georgia State, before halftime, gets another opportunity to score. Inside the 30 now. There's a nice play that time by the new transfer, Javon McIntyre from Pitt. It's now 3rd and 10. Here's a throw to left side, and there's a nice play by McIntyre again, knocking the ball out. And Georgia State does add 3 more before halftime, but now we're down by 10. We have about 45 seconds to go. There's a nice quick throw to DeJuan Whitehead. He gets out of bounds to stop the clock wisely. At 41 seconds, we have 70 yards to go before the end zone. Here's a throw up the seam. It's caught and dropped and intercepted. Chuck Montgomery had it in his hands, and then he gets the ball jarred loose, and it's in the hands of the defense. This Georgia State D, this is the reason why they're undefeated. Here's a quick throw by Valou, and Christian Valou finds Peter Kikwada, who picks up the first down. 2nd and 4 now at the 35. Here's a throw across the middle. That one is caught. I believe that was Quentin Thomas who picks up the first down, and they're inside field goal range now. They have 1 timeout remaining here, 14 seconds. We send the cornerback blitz. He gets rid of the ball quickly to Freddie Brock, and they do pick up a few, but they call the timeout and line up from the left hash for the field goal, and it's going to be good. So that's how we will go into halftime, down by a couple of scores. Second half action now. Christian Valou, he's been really, really good today. There's a nice throw to his lead tight end, Amon Green, who picks up the first down. Now across the 50, Freddie Brock running through a tackler, and Javon McIntyre picking up a gain of 6. Our defensive line has not made much of an impact today. Here's a quick throw. That's almost intercepted. Amir Foster had it in his hands, and that's one you gotta have. 3rd and 4. Here is Christian Valou under pressure. He gets rid of it and does find Quentin Thomas for the first down. Anytime you drop an interception, they always make you pay. Play action fake now by Valou, throwing across the middle. This one's caught by Peter Kikwada again. He's got 6 for 77. Now a handoff. This time, finally a tackle by Peloni Franklin. And now it is 3rd and goal. Can our defensive line finally come through? No, they won't. Freddie Brock dives into the end zone. It's a touchdown, and Georgia State is in full control of this game. We're down 33-14. Here's a throw into traffic, and DeJuan Whitehead. Actually, that's Trey Allen who holds on to that one, and he picks up the first down. We're across the 50 now. A little RPO action. Good blocking. And that's going to be Chuck Montgomery, who almost breaks free. And he picks up a nice gain to the 25-yard line. In field goal range, but we have to score here. Randy Young can't make a defender miss. And he gets a gain of 9 that time. And now it is 3rd and 1. Young trying to fight forward, and he does just get enough. So now here we are inside of the 15. Here is Pennington. The spy looks like they may have been there, but he will pick up about 6 yards on that. We do have to score a few times, so we have to be quick with our time here. Pennington throws to the end zone. That one is caught. Aiden Steinfeld for his first career touchdown grab. He was a freshman last year. He will be with us for the next 3 years as a sophomore, and he is one of the better pass-catching tight ends we have in our room. We're now down by 12 to be exact. Here's Freddie Brock trying to run the football, breaking a tackle, still fighting forward. It takes 2 defenders to get him down for a gain of 7. Christian Valou now for a 2nd and 3. Play action fake, and that fakes out the entire defense because wide open on the sideline was Quentin Thomas for the first down. At the 50 now, we're sending all types of pressure. It's just not working. Another catch by Thomas again, and J.J. Hawkins is shaken up. He has not made the impact that he's been having the last few games today. Now they change the play at the line at the 38. Here is Valou trying to get away, and we do get to him, and the ball's on the ground. Picked up by Peloni Franklin. Finally, some pressure. He looks like he put on the spin move. Michael Green got there first, and Peloni Franklin just jars it out at the last second, and then he just grabs it while he's on the ground. So now we're in business. We're down by 12 with possession. Here is Chuck Montgomery, who's open, and he picks up a first down right there. At the 25 now, Pennington under pressure. He goes down. There's that pass rush of the Panthers, and they bring us all the way back to the 33. 2nd and 19, throwing across the middle. It's DeJuan Whitehead. Touchdown. What a catch. What a throw. What a route. The timing on that play was perfect. Right in between 4 defenders, and Whitehead just has the speed to hit the speed burst, and it's going to be 6, and we're down by 5. 28-33. Can we complete the comeback? Here is Christian Valou, though, keeping it on the option. He's not really known for his running ability, but that time he picks up the first down. Just about 2 minutes to go. Here's an option play. They pitch it out to Freddie Brock, who breaks the tackle and falls forward. He picks up a couple, and now a crucial 3rd and 3. They hand it to Brock, and he finds the space and picks up the first down. And that's a fresh set of downs now, and now they just need one more first down to ice this game. Freddie Brock, he breaks the tackle, and he's 1 yard short. We have no timeouts remaining, and it's 3rd and 1. Here in the shotgun, Valou gives it to Brock, who fights forward, and now it's 4th and inches, and they will not elect to go for it. They will kick the field goal to go up by 8, and they will milk it all the way down here, and it looks like they get the kickoff at about 28 seconds, and it's good. So now we have less than 30 seconds. We have the full field to go, no timeouts. Here is Pennington now throwing to the sideline, trying to get out of bounds, and there's a nice catch, and that's Chuck Montgomery for the first down. So 15 seconds to go. Here is Pennington under pressure. That one possibly could have ended the game if that was a sack. 11 seconds now. Pennington in the pocket, under pressure, gets hit on the throw, and that's going to be tackled inbounds. Trey Allen, he goes down, and that will be the ball game. We can't get up to the line to get another playoff, and we will lose to now still undefeated Georgia State, as they are 5-0, and we lose in heartbreak fashion. And all it came really down to was that big-time fumble that we had in the first quarter on the opening drive by Randy Young. They scooped and scored that one. They were 8 of 11 on third down. They were masterful on offense. They did not make mistakes. And this is a good football team. They are sound. Freddie Brock can absolutely run the ball. 32 carries for him in this game. No other running back touched the ball. He went for 167 and 2 touchdowns, average 5 yards per carry. I mean, just insane. Cole Pennington, 4 touchdown passes today, but it just wasn't enough. Even on probably the best game we've seen from him this year, it's not enough. And, man, at least one thing we saw is DeJuan Whitehead. He went absolutely crazy in this one. 4 for 76, 2 touchdowns. Still short of 100 yards, though, but still really, really good game from him. Breaking out, hopefully, in this one, and hopefully we see more performances like that. And then J.J. Carter came in and scored a touchdown, but our defensive line was absolutely horrible today. We could not stop the run. We could not get pressure. Yeah, we got that strip sack, but that was later on in the game when, we could have had much more stops than that one. So after advancing on, our championship contender goes down to a D-. This grade fluctuates so much, it's incredible, and it actually impacts recruiting a whole lot because there are some recruits that require that championship contender as their deal breaker. I do have a recruiting update. Tony Hood, who was that big-time 4-star tight end, and we started to go after him pretty aggressively the last 2 weeks, and now we are number 1 on his board. And another big-time 4-star prospect was Dylan Gilliam, a different type of player that we've had on our board. He is a power back, 87 carrying, which would be the highest on the team right now, 87 trucking, and 84 break tackle. He is now second for us. So it's between Toledo and obviously Marshall at this point, the only 2 teams to offer him a scholarship, and we are in second. So we're going to keep going hard at him. So in the second game of this doubleheader episode, we will go up against Louisiana. But this is a different Louisiana that we faced in the regular season last year and in the Sun Belt Championship game. Both teams right now are kind of struggling for wins. In Louisiana, it's probably because they're now led by Samari Collier, who is now their quarterback. And he is just a different quarterback, I would say, that they had last year in Chandler Fields, who was one of the best quarterbacks in the country. And I think they're just kind of finding their identity on offense, and I think also finding their identity on defense. This is just not a good defensive unit as they play together. They're giving up a whole lot of points, 157. That's more than us, and one of the worst in the conference. I believe that's third worst in the Sun Belt so far. So here we are returning home and looking for our first Sun Belt win versus a team that is already 1-0 in conference, but overall-wise, only 2-3. So here we go, back at home in front of the home crowd to get a hopeful victory here to end this episode. Here is DeJuan Whitehead coming off of a 2-touchdown game, returns it back to the 22. Randy Young lines up in the backfield to start this game. Here's a RPO action over to Chuck Montgomery. He gets hit hard on that play. They're really going to key in on him. 2nd and 10 now. Here's a deep shot looking for Aiden Steinfeld, and that one is going to fall incomplete. 3rd and 10 now. Play action fake throwing to the right side, and DeJuan Whitehead intended in 3 passes, all incomplete. It's a 3-and-out. So here is Collier now leading this team out on the field. He will try to scramble to the left side, and it is a sack, and that is Chasen Clark, who is starting for the first time this year as a true sophomore. And now here we are. Now they're at the 34. Here's a jet touch pass, this time to their star player on offense, Elijah Davis. And he gets a lot of that yardage back. A gain of, I think, 9 on that one. 3rd and 6. Draw play to Davis, and there's a nice stop. It's number 24, Jacarius Clayton. And Louisiana will knock that one through. I want to say Louisville, Louisiana. And now here we are into the second quarter. We do end up scoring a touchdown, making it 7-3. But here is the defense finally starting to step up, forcing Louisiana into some field goals. And here's another long field goal. That one's from 52, and they knock it through. But I wanted to show our defense kind of showing up here in this first half, as here is Louisiana threatening to score inside the red zone. But can our D come up with a stop here? Elijah Davis, once again, it's Jason Clark who's there first. And then Kerry Cage, the freshman, comes around and makes the play. It's actually Kelechi Nwangwu, the freshman, who comes and helps him out. And Jason Clark making a couple of plays early on in this game. But after those 3 field goals, it's now 9-7, and now our offense has to answer back. As here's Randy Young. He gets the carry right there, only a gain of 2. Aiden Steinfeld getting more and more playing time as we're getting him opportunities. We go to him, and he's open in the flats, and he's inside the 10, and that is now goal to go here for the offense. Randy Young in the backfield along with Montgomery in the slot. We go to him on the RPO, and a good block by Trey Allen. It's a touchdown. What a play design right there, and what a block by Trey Allen, to be honest with you. If he didn't make that block, that one could have been intercepted, and it's now 14-9. So we do get the ball before half. We have to go 96 yards to score here with 1:45 to go. Here is Pennington throwing across the middle. It's Chuck Montgomery, and he gets to the first down sticks, and they will move the chains. At the 15 now, here is another RPO bubble screen, intercepted this time, all the way to the house for Louisiana. Avery Demery will score here, and I think the issue here was Chuck Montgomery just absolutely missed this block. What was that? That was supposed to be a clear RPO where he had a blocking assignment, and he just blew it. 16-14 now. Well, here we go again. We have to go all the way down the field with 1:23 to go now. Down by 2. Here's a deep shot right away. It's DeJuan Whitehead. He gets behind the defense. It's going to be a touchdown. The freshman goes all the way. And look at this bump and run coverage. I have no idea why you would do that on DeJuan Whitehead. 97 speed. That's the first time he's had a big-time touchdown in this series so far. So into the second half now. Up 21-16. And now we're starting to roll on offense. I think that's all we needed, some confidence going. Now at the 1, here is Randy Young. Handoff, and he walks in for the touchdown. And that one will give us a 2-score lead at this point. And now Marshall looking to take control here in the second half. And we'll see what the defense can do. As now here we are in the fourth quarter. We do actually hold them to 4 field goals so far today. 19-28. But here is Brian Santana getting a big-time carry, making a man miss inside the 10. What a run. The freshman really does surprise me when he gets into the game, because I see his 89 speed, and I'm like, man, he is moving. Maybe not speed-wise, but acceleration. He seems like when he gets the ball, he just takes off. Inside the 15 now, play action. Here's a throw to left side. This is caught, and it's the walk-on freshman, Sevin Macklin, who scores his first career touchdown. That's really his first meaningful playing time of this series so far. He gets in a little bit of a different look, and you can see we're using our entire backfield room. Now up 34-19. Here is their best player, Elijah Davis, who gets loose, and he picks up the first down. Samari Collier has thrown an interception today. He has just not been efficient throwing the football from the pocket. Here he is trying to use his legs. He breaks the tackle and goes down by way of Landon Watson, who gets there. And that's a big loss of 9 yards. 3rd and 19. Now back at their 41-yard line. Pressure getting to Collier right away. And that's a blown blitz assignment pickup. And now it is 4th and 19. A very long 19 at that. We send pressure, getting to Collier. He just lobs it up into traffic. It's knocked away by Dateon Smith. And now we have excellent field position to start this next drive. Brian Santana in the backfield. Here is Pennington rolling, throwing, and that's Aiden Steinfeld again. And he has figured out a way to get open against these linebackers. So he's earning some more playing time at tight end. Here is a throw out to the flats. It's going to be Santana again. And he picks up a gain of 9 as he gets to the 11-yard line. More RPO action, this time handing it off to Santana. As he does get inside the 10 for a 1st and goal. Here is Pennington throwing to the right side. He's got Steinfeld, who cannot get to the pylon. But he is just a couple of yards short here for a 2nd and goal. Handoff. Randy Young on the draw play. It's a touchdown. It looked like a pass. Nope. It's a run. And we will score here and run away with this victory. Louisiana does get a couple of garbage time touchdowns late. But we end up winning 41-34 in a very good home victory here for our first Sun Belt victory as well here in season number 2. But I was really, really happy with the performance by the offense. We did throw 2 interceptions, though. I did keep that off camera, but still, we did a pretty good job here on offense, really moving the football. And I think that DeJuan Whitehead, using that speed, is definitely going to be a weapon. He only had 2 catches for 81 yards in this one, but I think this was a breakout episode for him, scoring 3 touchdowns in 2 games. And then we got Sevin Macklin in the game. He has that safety valve physical ability. He also has the natural, which is gold as well. And our defensive line did have a pretty good bounce back game. We got a pick from Maxwell Odom. I believe that's the first of his career. But I think the main thing I was worried about going into that, second game of the doubleheader was really getting pressure on Collier. We knew he was an inexperienced quarterback, and we did just that. So we advance on, and our championship contender goes up to a D+. So we go from a D- to a D+ after that win. That school grade is funny. I don't know why it fluctuates that much over a given week. We do have a recruiting update on a couple of guys we have been looking at getting in on a visit because we only have 450 hours. It's kind of hard to budget a lot of that stuff, so we have to wait until hours are available. And Lloyd Thurman, who is, in my opinion, the top offensive line recruit we have on the board right now, we're going to get him in a couple of weeks. And his really interests don't really align with what we do well. Playing time is a big one. Like, he's probably going to start at one of the tackle positions, and I want to get him in for a visit along with Dakota Rashid because both of those guys do play different positions on the offensive line. Rashid is probably the most well-rounded of the two. Very good pass blocker, very good run blocker. He's got 91 strength, and he's closing in on his top 3, and Iowa is right there at the top. So I definitely want to get him in sooner rather than later, and I also want to pitch him on that playing time because that's the only thing we have, which is an A+. So I think I want to, start to soft sell these guys to try to, or even sway these guys to try to have interest in something else because I really need that offensive line help. So after those 2 games, we actually get to a bye week, and then we do advance on. So we do get a little recruiting update after that week. And looking at this, our championship contender goes up to a C-, even though we did not even play a game. So literally just went from a D- to a C- after going 1-1 and a bye week. I decide to start to scout some other players that have kind of sat on our board. And the first is Brandon Spadell. And right away, we discover that he has 95 speed, 93 acceleration. He also has the best friend and road dog mental abilities. So I'm going to get him on campus. Like I said, looking for a true wide receiver. And obviously we're adding him to what we saw earlier with our number 1 recruit committing. And I'm hopeful that we could just go after him. We don't have to go too hard. I'm going to put 25 on him since we're the only team that really looks like offer him a scholarship so far. Alex Cox is another one of those guys I want to add to the board just to have some depth. I don't feel like I need to scout these guys fully. I just want to get them on campus and then start to develop them. That's what we did with a lot of our red shirts this year. They were guys that we recruited. Didn't necessarily have a vision for them to start, but I do want to get bodies on the campus. Next is Trey Westerman, and it turns out he is 96 speed. And I see 96 speed, and I'm like, I don't even need to recruit him any further. I just want to start putting points on him and start trying to get him to commit, or at least, move up on his board. So I don't even need to scout him any further. 96 speed is all I really need to see. And we're going to try to add, the maximum amount of points that we can add right now. But he has that takeoff ability, which is a silver. I'm very curious on what those other two abilities are. So getting him in, he's only 5'8", but man, a 93 speed and a 96 speed receiver that we unlocked. And they are both true receivers, which I'm very, very happy about, not necessarily just athletes. So here's what the top 25 looks like. It looks like there's no more undefeated teams in the top 25, but there is one undefeated team in the NCAA, and that is Georgia State. They went on to win the next two games, and they are 7-0 at this point. So they are on top of the Sun Belt right now. They defeated us in this episode, and next episode we go up against James Madison, Southern Miss, Arkansas State. We'll see how many games we get in that episode, but we'll see what happens if Marshall goes on a year 2 slump or we bounce back pretty strongly. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. Let me know what you guys think of the team. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I'm about my pledge. I'm decked up on blue bills, and I won't stop until the cash pit look like fall leaves in the backfield. Tell her out of my face if she coming with that bull. Quick to say my piece. I'm so after school special. She brainy, but them jeans looking like